Ciao, I'm Mario, a Swiss car guy on YouTube, and on this rainy bank holiday I thought it's time to do a service on the Lexus because it's overdue and I don't service my car regularly, just once a year. I think I could do it more often now that I have my lift and my workshop and everything, but the car needs an oil change, filter change, cabin air filter, which has been bugging me for a few weeks. The car, it wants it to be changed, and of course engine air filters. So very easy service. I actually originally wanted to do spark plugs as well, because I have bought spark plugs, the Denso Iridium spark plugs, which this car needs. They are quite pricey, about 25 bucks a piece. So I paid like 200 francs for a set of 8. But then I checked the service manual and saw how laborious the work is to change the spark plugs on this car, because you have to undo a lot of things. I mean, the air boxes need to come out, that's easy, but then you have to undo the cooling reservoir for the hybrid system, you have to undo hoses, you have to even disconnect, I think, some high voltage hybrid lines in order to gain access to the coils and the plugs. And my spark plugs are not due right now, because they were changed when the car had 180,000 kilometers, and now the car has 285,000 kilometers. So it's been 105,000 kilometers on these spark plugs, but Lexus actually gives them a service life of 200,000 kilometers. The thing is, you'll want to change them earlier than that because they have the nasty habit of seizing. And once spark plugs seize and you cannot get them out, they will stay there forever, or you risk shearing them off and then you're really screwed. When I did it last time, the garage did it and it took them several days to do it. And I reckon it took them several days to do it because they sprayed penetrating fluid on it in order to loosen the plugs because they were seized. And also because this assembly is so laborious, but apparently it is. I thought instead of waiting so long that they seize up again, I changed them just at half the time, look, at 100,000 kilometers. But since it would take me probably hours and hours to do it, and today I just don't have the time to do it, I will do it later on, once I muster my courage and I work out what everything needs to be done. And for now, I'll just do oil, filters, and that's it. Just a small service, and of course I'll look over the car. If I see anything, I will check if the brakes are okay, if I still need to change brake pads or rotors or whatever. So just a very basic maintenance on my 2008 Lexus LS600h. So let's get right into it. My Chinese struts holding the hood open. How nice is that? Off camera, I removed the engine cover and all the cladding from the engine bay in order to see the reservoirs for the various liquids. This is annoying. So this needs to be undone before I can even open this. Let's loosen the Jubilee here. And of course also on the other side. Now would this at least open up? No? Oh yeah, it would. Something underneath the filter. Dirt, yep. And a couple of bolts. I mean, we are going to replace the filter anyway, so yeah, let's get rid of it. Wow, there are some clips in here? What? I have some clips in the airbox. This is okay. I have 2 new filters by Bosch, which I'm pretty sure they don't manufacture them themselves. So it does say Bosch on it though, made in China, right? Okay. They do fit at least. Are they the same as the old ones, which are made by Mahle, which is interesting? Made in China. They look fairly similar, I have to say. So these might actually be Mahle filter. Just saying. Maybe they're not. I'd be very amazed if these were not from the same factory. So So let's replace this. And now let's put on the covers. Okay, so this goes on. And then it, okay, no. Like this. Oh, this. This does well. And so does this. So this one's on. Let's push this on all the way. Let's put the mass airflow sensor back on. Let's tighten it. Nice and tight. Good. Let's do the same on the other side. Mass airflow sensor. Oh, that plug is down here. Because this is the same sensor, just reversed. Good. Brake fluid is good and full. Coolant seems a bit low, to be honest. But I don't know if the car is fully level. Coolant is low, which is odd. The inverter coolant is just about there. It's at the low end of the scale. But the coolant for the car is low. So I need to add a bit of coolant. And I hope I have a bit of coolant. Because I know I have a bit of coolant, but I don't know if it's the right amount of coolant. Let's fill up with some coolant. I should have a little bit left. Not much, but a little bit. When I said it only had a little bit of coolant, I meant a little bit. This is really how much I have left. So let's add this little bit without spilling too much, I hope. I filled it up and now it's just at low, I think. So I might need to buy some more coolant. Fantastic. Maybe after a test drive we'll see what it does. But also the inverter coolant is low. I don't like that. Let's put this all back on. Okay, the car is in the air. Time to get the oil out. Is it a 15? No, it's a 14. Good. Okay. Nut is loose. Let's see if we can get the oil out without spilling it all over the workshop. Neat. I let it drip for another little bit and then I close it up and then I have to move the catch can to here where the oil filter is because they couldn't put this all in one place, right? It's time to put the plug back in. Let's tighten it. Tight enough. Good. And now let's get the filter out, which is here. Can I get this by hand? No. But I might need a wrench for it. Ugh. It got me and it got my tripod. Let's get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. Let's tighten it by hand. As tight as we can get it by hand. Oh, okay, this tightens still quite a bit. Oh, maybe I will use the wrench. And just tighten it a bit. Okay, this is tight now. Good. So, a funny thing just happened. While the car was in the air, I wanted to check on the meat on the brake pad, and the rear brake pad is almost impossible to see without taking the wheel off. So I took the wheel off, and I saw there is plenty of meat on the brake pad, so no worry there. But I found something else. This tire. Can you see it? There's a gouge here in the sidewall, pretty deep. So there's a cut here in the sidewall, and I mean, let's see. Screwdriver. Yeah. I have no idea how something like that happens, but this tire, I'm not going to drive on this anymore. So this has to be replaced, which is too bad because it had plenty of meat. I think this is only the second season that I've driven the tire. But yeah, this is dangerous. So 2 new tires, sadly, to replace the rear ones because, yeah, this is dangerous. I mean, look at it. This is insane. How does something like that happen? I have no idea. And it's the coincidence that I took the wheel off. Otherwise, I wouldn't have noticed. Maybe it would have been good, or maybe it would have been bad. So, yeah. This is now really scary because after seeing the cut in the other tire, I'm under the car now and I check the other tires, and the front left tire, you don't see it right now, but there is a cut here and a cut here. There's 2 cuts in this tire, and there was 1 cut on the tire on the same side. How? So this tire is even worse than the other one. I'm at a loss. It's not the tire rubbing on something, because otherwise the cut would be all around. So maybe I've driven over something that managed to damage the tire here and at the rear. This is wild. Because you see the rest of the tire, perfect. But here again, so at least 2 new tires. I mean, I would have bought 2 new tires anyway. But then I have to do some tire swapping and axle things. This is bad. How does something like this happen? See? Oh my God. Oh God. This is so bad. So with everything closed up from the bottom, it's time to fill up the oil now. Oh God, this is hard. I think the car takes 9 liters. And here we have the genuine Toyota engine oil. And I didn't buy genuine Toyota because I'm such a OEM fan, but this was actually the cheapest oil that had the specification 0W20 that is necessary for this car. I have this funnel kit here. that comes with different adapters, and I bought this originally for the Porsche, and well, it didn't have a matching adapter. So let's see, maybe I find one that matches this car. Yeah, this fits. So I can use the fancy funnel that is very dirty and I need to clean before, because I don't want to get dirt inside the engine, so I will clean the funnel now. Will this fit? Yes. So my fancy funnel, I can finally use it. Great. It's either overfilled or it's not filled at all. I think it's overfilled. But it said 9 liters. Or did it really? In here I have about a liter left, so I filled in 9 liters. Let's start the engine to see if it gives any warnings or errors. This is good for now. We still have other jobs to do. We need to change the pollen filter or the cabin air filter, which is here in the glove box. So let's go into the glove box. Everything needs to come out for this. Even my Navigation Europe DVDs. Oh, what if this is still good? Now this is expired. Too bad, because we need to take this little tray out. Come on. Come on out, little tray. The little tray comes out, and then there is an access panel here. But before we go to that panel, we need to set the air conditioning on recirculate. Because only if the air conditioning is on recirculate, you can actually access the filter, otherwise you risk breaking things. Done it. Now I can turn it off. And then I should be able to lift the cover here. Good, cover out, and then I should be able to get this out. The cabin air filter, come on. Okay. This is loose, this is not loose. Both are loose, both are coming out. And here we have our nice charcoal filter, which is now out of the car from back here. The airflow direction is marked. I'll get the new one quickly. Size-wise, this seems to be the same. This is by MAN and has their biofunction whatever. Let's get this out. This is held in with some tabs, so I should be able to just whisk it out. And this is quite nasty, and it's good that we're changing it. So out with this one, in with the new one. Good. Airflow is to the top. This says airflow to the top, so we can put it in like this. Or maybe like this, then it might fit. Might fit is a bit of a winged word in this context. It's a snug fit. Okay, but it does fit. Neat. So, let's get rid of this. Let's put it back in. It's in. Let's put the cover back on. Okay, and now let's put the little shelf back in. This I can throw away. The little shelf. Okay, it's back in. I can put all my junk back in. Well, we're not completely done because we still need to tell the car that we changed the filter. So there's a reset procedure for that we will do from the driver's side. According to this, I have to take the car into on mode, which is this one. And then I have to hold the off button of the air conditioning for 4 more seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it's not doing this. I don't know if it reset. It was supposed to have a buzzer or something, but, well, it's not giving me a warning, so I guess it's worked. Oh my God. But I need to do the reset as well for the oil service. So let's see how this works. Okay. We do ignition on. Then we do trip A. No music. Trip A. Then we turn the ignition off. Okay, let's try this with the reset button. Resetting all maintenance data. It's actually doing it. Complete. Good. So we changed the oil, we replaced the cabin air filter, we replaced the engine filters, we resetted the engine oil maintenance thing there. We did the cabin air filter warning was reset. Everything is good except, of course, for the slash tires that I discovered. So I already ordered, while making this video, 2 new tires, which hopefully arrive next week, so I can replace them and then have a car that's safe to drive again. Because this car, I'm just going to put it into the garage and then leave them until I can put new tires on it, because it's dangerous. This is an accident waiting to happen, and I'm about to go on holidays with a car to drive 1,200 kilometers, and yeah, not on those tires. So I'm ordering 2 new tires, because these tires, they were manufactured last year. I bought them last year, and it's too bad that they're bad, but at least I keep 2. Interestingly, both tires on this side of the car, on the driver's side, have these slashes in them. Maybe it's something I drove over, I have no idea. But yeah, I will then have to basically take one tire off and put it on the other side of the car so that I have the same kind of tires on the same axle, so good tires on the same axle. And yeah, probably I will put the rear front tire onto the front left, and then I'll put the front left is the front right is good, yeah, and then I have 2 new tires in the rear. So this is the thing it goes. I'm happy I caught it, because this could have gotten very, very badly, and I'm so confused as how that happened, because I realized it in the rear tire, and then the front left tire has 2 cuts in it. So 2, how does that happen? And it's not the car itself that cuts it, because otherwise it would be a circular cut. This maybe some debris I picked up or I drove over, I have no idea. For the oil, I think I've overfilled it slightly, because I read it takes 9 liters of oil, but maybe it's a bit too much, but it's not that much overfill, just a little bit over the top, so I think it's going to be all right. I will have to check the coolant again, because the coolant was a bit low. When I had the hood open, I filled up the little bit I had, but I have to still see if there is more and if it's dripping somewhere. Where am I losing coolant? I hope not, because I had the radiator replaced earlier this year, I think, or was it last year? I don't know. Time doesn't matter anymore. And I wouldn't want another leak, because the thing is, these cars can leak out of the valley plate, and if it's still a valley plate, that's very, very laborious to do. And yeah, I hope it's not that. I hope it's not a leak. I hope it's just, it burped itself or something like that. So let's keep an eye on it. But anyway, the service on the Lexus is done. Of course, the work is not finished, because I need to replace the tires quite urgently. I will not drive this car. I will just put it into the garage now until I get new tires. Which, yeah, how does that happen? I don't know. But anyway, enough for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Follow me on Instagram at SwissCarGuyMario if you want to see more. And leave a like and comment on this video if there's a question you have, or a comment, or if you have an idea how these tires got slashed, because I cannot explain it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.